Hey folks, Alex here, 9 to 5 to Freedom. In today's video, we're going to talk all about Wpay. Today's ex-dividend for the Roundhill Wpay, which is a fund of funds. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Alex. I document my journey investing into high-yield dividends, building my portfolio in order to achieve financial independence and leave my 9 to 5. So if you're here and you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Let's get started here. Lots to cover. And I got some interesting information. I think you guys will like this one today. So, market today was a little bit of a mixed bag. As we can see here, S&P 500 end of the day flat, 0%. If you guys would have started in the morning, you would have ended the same in the afternoon. Dow is up almost 0.5%. NASDAQ down, Russell down 0.5%. The volatility index is down 2%, and gold was actually down 5% today. This is the after hours, or about 0.5% recovery after market close. So we dropped down from that all-time high of around $4,400, and we're down to $4,131. So if you're sitting on a lot of gold, folks, now is the time, right? Not financial advice. Okay, cool. So biggest thing today is Netflix. Earnings miss. Okay, so huge hit on NFLX. Let's see here. I don't personally have Netflix. I don't remember last time I've ever used it, but it was a bit of a sell-off today, I would say. Let's see, 5-day chart here. Look at this drop after hours drop. Crazy, 6% downtrend. All right. We're not talking about Netflix, but Wpay does have some Netflix in it. All right, folks, this is Wpay from Roundhill. If you are new, this is their website, Wpay. Click on top holdings. You can see that it holds all of these weeklies. So Roundhill, and I'm sure I'm kind of preaching to the choir here, Roundhill, Wpay holds all of these weekly leverage ETFs. So if you click on these will kind of give you their structure. They're doing all these swaps, all this kind of good stuff. They pay crazy dividends. So Wpay is basically the fund of funds. It's a weekly payer with a distribution of about 71% at this point. Now, this is what's cool about Wpay, folks, is it doesn't try to pay you as much as they can just to lure you in. It pays what it can based on what it can earn. So the payment that you get every week does fluctuate. But these are some of the holdings that you can see here. It's holding all of the funds that it has. You can buy individual ones, and they're all weighted very similarly. We got Apple, Amazon, we got MicroStrategy, we got Netflix, we got Meta, Facebook, AMD, Microsoft, Palantir, Berkshire Hathaway, Robinhood, we got Tesla, Coinbase, Google, Nvidia, Avgo, and it has a little bit of just the cash position there. Okay, so while today's ex-dividend, which means tomorrow we will receive our dividend if we have invested into this at the minimum yesterday. And let's see how we did. So we're going to jump over into my portfolio, folks, and it's looking a little bit red. Look at this. We're down to $177,000. If you didn't see my previous video, make sure you watch that. I explain everything. I've reshuffled my portfolio, the reasons behind it. I'm not going to waste your time on that, but I do have 3,300 shares of Wpay. Okay, I got a very sizable position. So we'll click on that. Today's ex-dividend, we'll look at the 1-week chart. Okay, so yesterday, market closed. We were sitting at $53.81. Now, the way that these dividends funds work, if you're not familiar, basically on ex-dividend, the value of the share drops by the dividend amount. So if we go to, and one of my favorite websites is the Market Chameleon. Shout out to those folks who created this. But this gives you a historical, nice breakdown of all the dividends. So, and I misspoke. I thought we got 77 cents. We got 73 cents. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to get 73 cents per share in our account. which is still nothing to scoff at. Because if you think about it, you're getting this every single week. And now this is a higher week. So at 3,300 shares times 0.7335. So I'm roughly going to get about $2,420 from Roundhill from holding this Wpay fund. Now you can see last week it paid out one of the juicier ones, 80, almost 86 cents. The highest ones ever paid was 88 cents, and the lowest one was 51 cents. So you can see that fluctuation with the payment. Now, if we look at the price, okay, if we hop over here and we'll just look at, what do we say, Wpay, right? That's what we're looking at. Okay, so Wpay, we'll just pull up the historical. Now, this fund hasn't been around long, but the underliers, because it is a fund of funds, the underliers have been around the block. I'm not sure why this is not loading. Okay, so this is the historical, okay? So really this fund came out September 4th of this year. Starting price at $50.70. All right, and you can see these fluctuations. We were as high as almost, well, I guess we hit $56. And really, we haven't hit that low since its inception. So if you bought in the beginning, you are sitting really pretty. You've got some nice dividends. You have not seen any NAV erosion. It's been great. And that's why a lot of people are discovering this fund right now, because they're seeing the appeal of its recovery, it's being able to pay the dividends, and it's holding steady. All right, now yesterday we're at $54. I think that was, we hit that a couple times. But we see this drop today down to $52.80. Okay, we had a 0.63% drop today. Now, obviously we're an ex-dividend, and we're not asking for magic to happen. We expect the price of, I don't know why I have Maggie up. We expect the price of the share to drop down by the dividend amount by 73 cents, okay? Now, if we look into my portfolio here, yesterday we closed the day at 43.81. So if we're not dropping by 73 cents, we'd be around 53 and about a dime or something like that. You can see we kind of hit a little bit harder, and we went down further and further and further. Now, because it's a fund of funds, again, we're going to go back to what is it holding. And so what I did just this afternoon in Robinhood, okay, if we drop into Robinhood, I made a watch list. Okay, this is another cool thing. I think every broker allows you to do this, but so I made this watch list, and basically I took every single underlying stock that Wpay tracks, okay? So we have NVIDIA, and we can kind of see its performance for today. That's really what I wanted to see. NVIDIA was down 0.89% today. AVGO was down 1.21% today. Pretty big hit. Microsoft was pretty much flat. Coinbase down 2% today. Palantir down 1/3% today. Berkshire Hathaway down 0.5%. Amazon 1% up. Tesla down 1.18%. Google's up about 1/3%. MicroStrategy, look at this. We got a little bit of boost, 0.79% up. Facebook down 0.16. AMD down 1.246. And here's the big hitter. Netflix down 6% today. This really hurt us. And Robinhood down almost 5%. Apple pretty much staying flat for the day. Now, as you can see here, if we sort this by just the performance, you can see we have a lot more red, and the green that we have, this is pretty much insignificant. So we were up, if you sum all this up, we're probably up like 2% between these 5 stocks. And if you add up the rest of this, you can see how much harder we got hit with these underliers. So Wpay is not magic. And because it's leverage at 1.2 times, obviously on a down day, you're going to feel that downward pressure from it. Okay, so that is, I guess, my explaining as to what happened to my account. Look at this. Yesterday, right at market close, we were up $3,100, and then we have this drop, and then we have this fluctuation throughout today. So so yeah, folks, that is the reality. Now tomorrow we're going to get our dividend, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Hopefully, Robinhood and Netflix creep back up to help with our portfolio. But yeah, I just wanted to go over this, and this is I think good to understand, not to panic. Okay, our fund is not eroding. It had a very red day on its underliers. So I'm not panicking. I'm not freaking out. It is what it is. But something that I was thinking about, and again, hindsight 2020, folks. If we could see the future, we would make very different decisions. But I was up $3,100, and most of these gains were on Wpay yesterday. I was up more than the dividend I was supposed to receive today. Now, this is what I've kind of been thinking about. If I'm up higher than the dividend that I'm supposed to receive, does it make sense to sell off before ex-dividend, to take that profit and to buy back in on ex-dividend day when the share of the price drops down? I don't know what the answer is, but that was just something I was thinking about. So as of right now, Wpay, we are sitting in these after hours at $52.80. My average price is $53.38. I have 3,300 shares. This represents 75% of my portfolio. In total, I am down 1.9K on this position. Now, we know that we're going to get 0.7, what do we say, 0.7335. So I'm going to get $2,420. Now, if it doesn't go down any further at the market open in this week, and if we subtract what I lost, well, I didn't lose anything. I would be up only $500. Okay. Obviously, not the best way to get started with Wpay, but I think it's just the matter of the game that we're playing. You got to remember, Wpay is not as well diversified as something like QDTE or XTT. You got 100 companies, you got 500 companies. You can take those blows much easier, okay? Something like Wpay, you're very highly concentrated in all of these tech companies. And you can see the fluctuations, how they can affect your portfolio. So what do I think? Well, I think like today would have been a great buying opportunity. I think whoever bought into Wpay today probably got it at a discount. I don't think Netflix going away anywhere. Robinhood's definitely not going away anywhere. So those stocks will bounce back over time. And there hopefully is going to be some momentum on some of the other underliers. And we can see some movement in the positive direction with some of these funds that it's holding. Like maybe we might see another run on Palantir or a run on AMD. Those types of funds that have potential on some movement in the upwards direction. But that's Wpay, folks. That's my portfolio. Tomorrow we'll get our dividend. We'll get the rest of the dividends by end of the week. But that's the video I wanted to do this evening. I just want to talk all Robinhood. I want to talk all Wpay and really just explain away, I think, what happened in the market today and with those underliers. So I think that, that helped me understand what's happening personally, just being able to track all those underliers. So if you guys want to track the same ones, I think that might help you kind of keep a clear head, so that way you're not panicking that Wpay is turning into another Ulti or something like that. And if you haven't seen my yesterday's video, I did cover how I sold all of my Ulti and a lot of the positions that I was holding. So make sure you check that one out. And again, thanks for watching, folks. Please leave a comment below. It really helps build this channel. So that's all I ask for you. I don't sell you guys any courses. You know, I don't do anything like that. So everything I shared to you is just what I'm experiencing, just giving out to the world. So thanks for watching, folks. Have a great evening.